Hey everyone, we're here in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. We're here at the Johnstown Flood Museum. We're going to head inside the building to get a history of Flood Museum. Here it is. They have a sign here. Heritage for the next 50. Johnstown Flood Museum. Here we got some pictures here. This is in 1881. Different pictures here of Johnstown. The Fenn children during the flood, and their 7 Fenn children and their mother that tried to save themselves by climbing on the roof of their home. These here are the maps of different sections back in the 1800s, the suburbs of Johnstown, and the 30,000 residents. Where they have this here showing the South Fork Dam, which was one part of the state system that suffered decades of neglect. They kind of neglected this dam for some time, which could cause the flood. Some pictures here that showed here. This is one of the stone markers made by Pennsylvania Canal to indicate property lines. And we have decay and repair. The abandoned South Fork Dam gradually deteriorated over the years. Leaks developed and discharge pipes were sold for scrap, and in 1862 a portion of the dam collapsed. And up here is the suffered fraud from a fixture in the South Fork Fishing and Hunting Club. I don't know why I don't bring my glasses so I can read, but unfortunately I didn't bring my glasses, so I'm going to try to do the best as I can. And this is the South Fork Fishing Club, Fishing and Hunting Club. Okay, I'm going to show the path of the flood they have here. Here's where the dam, you can see here, and they show the water coming through. I don't know if it's fully working, what's going on. Take a look and see. It's at 11:30 a.m. where the Johnstown was warned about the flood. There we go. 11:10, the dam fails. Okay, there's the water. Showing water flowing. Coming down through the Little Omaha River. This is one of the train. Page 45. Okay. Then 4:07 p.m. Johnstown was hit. The whole city of Johnstown. Yeah. It's at Kernville and Johnstown. This is all water hitting the city of Johnstown. And here's where the stone bridge. The stone bridge is on fire. And up as the other hill. This all happened on May 31st of 1889. The Great Johnstown Flood. That's hard to believe. This is a telegraph sounder that they owned by the Pennsylvania Railroad. This may be the equipment that was used on the day of the flood to transmit warnings from South Fork to Johnstown's Western Union Telegraph operator and Haley Ogle. And right over here is a simulation of all of the debris and everything that demolished into a building. Simulated with mud and everything covered. You got barbed wire, twigs, lumber. This is what it would look like if it hit a house or a building. Then here you have railroad ties. You see, there's railroad tie going up here. And an old picket fence going through there. This is the train right here. Again, simulated covered in mud. This here is a bottle of flood water collected the second day after the flood by Mrs. John Murno of Galisson, Pennsylvania. She and her husband had come to Johnstown on a sightseeing excursion originated from Altoona. Trying to read and don't have my glasses. Okay, this is a bottle of flood water back then. This here versus when the dam broke, showing the wave of it had crashed into the hill behind the town, as you can see. And here's some of the before and after pictures. Here's a picture of before the flood, what it had looked like, and now this is what happened afterwards. Here's some more devastating pictures of the flood that they have here. This one here is the most famous photo that you see, the Schultz home. So, survivors of the flood watching the flames, listen to the screams of the dying. One eyewitness said, "I saw hundreds of them as the flames approached, throw up their hands and fall backward into the fire, and those who had escaped drowning were reserved for more horrible fate of being burned to death." Yeah, it's hard to believe. Here you got some artifacts from the flood back then. chairs, teacups, dish. And a photo album. I don't know if you can see with the reflection in the glass. Here you have the Schultz home again. See someone sitting on a tree. Sitting on the track, see from here. Also got a picture right here of someone being pinned down. It's horrible to think how big this flood was back then. The great 1889 flood. And we have some floods here from 1977 in the Walnut Grove. That's okay, this here shows a bunch of pictures they have here on the wall of the 1889 flood. The Johnstown Reed Band. We got all kinds of stuff here. Pictures. Yeah, it's hard to believe half of these stuff is no longer standing here in Johnstown. And here you have Sanitary. Used to be a dairy company here in Johnstown. I think they're supposed to be lit up. They're not really lit up, so I can't really see with the reflection of the windows. So it's hard to really tell. What's here? There's a Penelec up there on the left. Yeah, I think they're supposed to be lit, but there no lights are on. So it's really hard to see. That's the Johnstown Area Technical School. And we'll kind of look outside the window here of the museum. Kind of give you a browse about. See what else is out there. So yeah, there's pictures on the wall here they're not lit up, so it's hard to like, you can really see the pictures or anything like that, so. And there's a picture of an officer, Francis Savinsky of the Morley dog. I think I may do a video on him one of these days. Morley's dog. Get a little history about the dog. It's pretty interesting, but short. More of the 77 flood that they have here. This was a department store known as Gloucester Brothers. And then down here, I'm kind of walking down the steps here. And this is water still covered on Main Street. Patients and staff could only reach Lee Hospital by rowboats and helicopters. And there's some more along Whorehouse Street in Moxham. We got floodwater gouge away the earth from below the section of Route 56. 2 members of the family from Alabama were lost when the road gave way under their car. Man, look at that right there. That's hard to believe. This is showing water. There's a car bend up. You can see that. Yeah. And this here was part of the July 20th, 1977 flood, where a steel rail out on a bridge was crossed Paint Creek, and this was destroyed by the water. Look at that, how that, it's hard to believe water is so strong, can bend steel. Look at that. Hard to believe. Took a look at the overpack of the museum down on the 4th floor. Take a look here. I got some 1977 old newspapers right here that they have.
No, that's a National Park Service site. That's where the lake was, where the dam was that broke. And they have a visitor center. They have a different movie than we have. I don't know if that. You can throw it right. I have one track mind, sorry. But, yeah, it's a Park Service site. The lake is still there, but it's not full of water. Okay. And they have things, a lot of things to look at.
Those were the known as the heart of the unknown dead.
There's a building, there's visitors center.
We're just out there at the school. Oh, it was right there. We drove by because he thought it was just like this.
Wow. They still have some of these newspapers. What of
I mean, you really, if you would want to
77.
go here, it takes people maybe, you're self-guided. And you don't have to stay for the movie if you don't, here if you don't want. But you could honestly see too, I don't know how much time you have. But
July 24th,
and some of the things that you
1977.
see there, even when they're closed, there are still, the clubhouse is there. and
$4
it's
each if you want to buy it.
You can
Hard
see
to
that
believe.
anytime, and you can see some.
Buy an old 1977. And this is a little gift shop of things that they have
I don't
here.
know, there are 3 levels to explore. Restrooms are in the basement.
They have
Are
a
you
gift shop
interested in
here
the movie?
with a lot of stuff here you can buy.
Okay, that's okay. Hi there. Yeah, right around here.
Okay, so we got pins. Wow.
Doodle? Doodle?
Okay, this concludes this video here at the Johnstown Flood Museum here in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. And make sure you catch my next video. Until then, we'll see you then.